Mountains and deserts of the Southwest. This circle here was 1 mile across, almost on the money. That's a bird. I see it there. That's a lady laying back. Use your imagination. That's just a beautiful scene. Make of it what you will. A snake in the upper left corner. An alien spaceship crashed on the desert. Well, you can just about see anything you want to see out of the sculpture that's been put in the sand and the rocks, with the rain and the water and the wind. Volcanoes and earthquakes have created the mountains and deserts of the Southwest. It's hard to imagine the rocks being pushed up and the way they have been. The fault lines pushing along in different directions and pushing toward each other. It's caused giant uplifts here and there. That looks like some abstract dancers. And that circle, I don't know how far it is across. I think it was a half mile. There's one that quarter circle or so caused by erosion, and that's some crossroads out in the desert. And some more erosion and sand and mountains. There's a few roads here and there. In some places there's quite a few. Dirt roads here and there. That looks like a fire. Those little things going up the hill there. And if you look at those crossroads there, it looks like a freeway off-ramp in the center of that page. But it's not. Nope, it sure wasn't. That's the high water mark line on Mono Lake. It looks like some leaves the erosion's caused. A road going across the desert to where nobody knows, or somebody knows. I don't know. I guess I'm nobody. That's some feet in the desert. The mountains, the foot of the mountain, that's what that is. You can count his toes if you go a little slower. That's Highway 395, I'm pretty sure. Both of those were. I might be wrong. I believe that the last one was up around Ridgecrest. That's, yeah, that one there is. And there's that I see a lady there. I've got that in there 3 different times. That's Mono Lake, and that high water line is a couple 100 foot above the lake. That there is nowhere near the high water line of where Mono Lake used to be 50 years ago or so. Oh God, it'd be more than that. It'd be back in the 30s, I guess, if they started taking the water out of that thing. There's some beautiful sights to be seen along the way. That looks like a ruin to me right there. I gotta go look at that again. Those rocks look like they're piled up in a straight line like a fence or something. This is scenes or photographs, images are from Google Earth. If you haven't downloaded Google Earth, you really should. It's a free download, and it's a lot of fun to play with. You can go all around the Earth looking at different things, cities, countries. There's some electrical generators out in the Palm Springs area. That was their shadow. The photograph was taken almost from above them, and those dark things were the shadows of the electrical generators. That's again the high water. That is the high water line that I could find on Mono Lake. There's a whole bunch more of those windmill generators out in the Palm Springs area. Turbine or whatever you want. Nah, that'd be, I don't know. What do you want to call them? You can call them. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, like I was saying, all these photographs are taken from the top, but there's controls in Google Earth that you can tilt the Earth and look at it at an angle across. But when you do, the further you tilt it, the blurrier or less definition you get in the distance. And you sometimes have to do a little bit of touch-up on your drawing. That there is a head in the clouds. That looks like a head, doesn't it? That's just a cloud that was caught in the scene, and that guy made a lot of roads across there, whoever did that. There's the foot of the mountain again. Yep, the foot of the mountain with a lot of toes. A river going down through some extremely washed out, eroded out plains. The erosion looks a little bit like ferns. Again, this is Google Earth's photographs and work. You should download it. You can fly anywhere on Earth and have a good time taking a look at what's actually down there. All the photos or images aren't clear enough to make out, but a lot of them are. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.